Alright, today we're going to do this 1967 Dell paperback original, The Chinese Visitor, by James Eastwood. It is a female spy Cold War era story. Alright, so we start off in London. There's a Chinese diplomat. He's a moderate kind of guy. He's communist, but thinks that we can all get along together, the Western world and the Eastern, communism, democracy. And he's in London for this conference. He's coming to talk to them to, I don't know, get better relations. While in London, he goes to the cemetery where Karl Marx is buried to go visit his grave. While there, he gets assassinated. Also in the graveyard, randomly, is our future spy lead character, Anna Maria Zordon. She sees the shit go down. She's like, goes back to her apartment. In her apartment, someone's broken in. Bad spy guy is there. He's looking for some letters or something from her dad. She's like, what? My dad? Like, what are you talking about? So he kind of like gets the backstory of like, yeah, well, your dad was a spy. Your mom and dad were spies. I'm the one who killed him. Now I'm going to kill you. I want these letters. Give them to me. She foils his attempts and gets his gun and shoots him with his own gun. Spy of 20 years, so she has some hidden talents, I guess. Some untapped resources. She has a phone number, an emergency phone number that her dad gave her one time, where she's supposed to call this number if there's ever any problems. She calls the number, it's Secret Service, British Secret Service intelligence. She goes to meet up with him and tells him the story, and he's like, oh, yeah, your parents are spies. Why don't you come back and we're gonna, put you through this training and you're gonna be a spy now too. She doesn't really have anything going on. She's kind of rebellious by nature. She has no one. Her family obviously is dead for a while. And she's like, yeah, sure, all right, whatever. And then they go into the training, spy training, and it's hellish. She makes it. She's awesome. And then we get the cut scenes, the other scenes, the other part, the other plot, the other narrative is from the perspective of the bad spy. She's going to go up against the bad guy who's working with the Chinese. And the Chinese plan is to get Russia and the U.S. to kill each other, so China takes over and their communism wins. Something like that. This guy's working for the Chinese, has a network of spies that he collects all over the world of people that were like in trouble, and he like saves them, and he puts them in a new country, and they're like from war-torn countries. They take advantage of people's goodwill to want to help these type of people, and then they put them in high-ranking places and spy stuff. So basically, you got the two aspects of the story. You got the bad guy doing his bad guy shit, and then you have her doing her spy training shit. And then she's sent out into the world, and they meet up, and very James Bondish again. I hate to compare every spy book to James Bond, but I mean, it was so huge that, like, they all, take inspiration from it. This one is very inspired by Thunderball. It even has like the faceless guy, the faceless bad guy, main bad guy, who's referred to as God at the secret compound, like he's just a voice over the intercom. It has the room of bad guy delegates from all over the different countries. It's kind of cartoonish. It was okay. It seemed like level 1. Like, to put it in like video game terminology, it was like level 1. It was like her assignments were kind of like the threat really wasn't that bad. It was all kind of easy. She's only in like the hot spot like 2 times, and maybe it's a series. It was supposed to keep going, and it's supposed to get more. She gets more badass, but it's really like her first day on the job. You know, they're letting her run the cash register, and she's got to make right change. The climax was a bummer. I was like, what? Like, that's what you're going to do? That's how you're going to end this? Like, okay. So yeah, it's beautiful looking. Beautiful painting. But as far as like exciting spy, you have plenty others to choose from.